Hey guys, it's Gaia, what's up? And welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I am giving you, ready for this? You ready? Because I'm ready. Every single club and bar in Nottingham for every single music genre there is. And let me tell you, since it's Nottingham, there's a lot. I'm also going to try my damn hardest to give you every single bar possible in Nottingham, but since there's about like 100 bars alone in the Lace Market, let alone the rest of Nottingham, we could be here some time. I've also tried to get into the whole spirit of this video by doing my makeup and wearing a dress that I'd normally wear on a night out. Joke's on me though, because I don't have any booze. I know, as a student that's kind of awkward, so yeah. But since we don't have any, I'm gonna pretend with some hot chocolate. They're totally the same thing. I've seen other channels on YouTube do similar videos on Nottingham nightlife, but from what I've seen, they only really talk about the popular nights out and miss out quite a bit. So, you ready for this? I'm going to give you cheese. I'm going to give you R&B. I'm going to give you techno. Every genre of music. And to all of those people who clicked on this video who love other music genres but can never find for the life of them a video that actually covers the clubs for music that they like, I've got you too, don't worry. I'm talking rock, punk, metal, alternative, emo, the lot. Before we start though, I just want to give you guys a little disclaimer. I am going to talk through all the club nights in Nottingham. However, due to COVID, no one even knows whether these club nights are even going to continue or whether student nightlife is even going to exist this year. But we're going to stay optimistic, we're going to stay positive, we're going to act like everything's still going ahead and you guys are going to get to try out all these cool places. If you do find this video helpful, please give it a massive thumbs up, and if you want more university advice and to join this little YouTube family we have, feel free to click that subscribe button. I'd be more than happy to have you. So yeah, since I have a lot to give you guys, without further ado, let's get on with this video. So the way we're going to organise this, we're going to do every club and like club night by genre of music. So starting off, if you want pop music, I suggest Pom Pom, which does Dirty Mondays, Lost in Space Fridays, and Remedy Saturdays. These are all days that are like, honestly, if you want feel good pop music, Pom Pom is the place for you, especially if you're a first year. Most first years and freshers go to Pom Pom. It can be seen as the club that's a bit cringy, but if you do love pop music, then it is the place for you. Dirty Mondays is normally just for Trent students, but I think uni off students can sometimes get in. You also have Prism, which does Lemonade Mondays and Tape Tuesdays. Lemonade Mondays is typically for uni off students only, whereas Tape Tuesdays is for Trent students. But like I said, with Pom Pom, you can sometimes get into your club night if you don't go to that uni. It really just depends on how lenient the bouncers are. You also have Ocean, which does Ocean Wednesdays and Ocean Fridays. Ocean Wednesdays are for Trent students again, and Ocean Fridays are for uni off students. Ocean Wednesdays are literally like the biggest night of the week. Like, I know you also have Crisis, which I will come on to in a second, but for pop music or like just for general student nights, Ocean Wednesdays is like the student night, especially for Nottingham Trent students. It's basically a night, if you didn't know already, it's basically a night where you dress up in your societies or your sports teams with a certain theme, and then you go on this like really cool, very messy bar crawl. You literally start drinking from like 6 PM, it's like ridiculous, and then you go on a bar crawl for like 4 hours until it's like 10, and then that's when you rock up to Ocean and you carry on drinking and partying until obviously 3 o'clock. So you have about like 9 hours of drinking. It's quite insane, and there have been some really messy stories. I've been to Ocean several times and I could not recommend it enough. You also obviously, like I said, you have Ocean Fridays, which is more the uni of night. They don't do dress up on those days, and I've obviously never been because I'm a Trent student, but from what I know, Ocean Fridays are still really fun. And they play a lot of like pop music and that stuff. Also for Ocean Wednesdays, there is a bit where everyone takes their top off to the Baywatch theme tune and they start waving them around. It's quite insane. Ocean is also a place where it's really hard to get tickets for. Like, people literally like will queue up like a few nights before, camp out for Ocean tickets. It's that insane. Next club is the iconic Rock City, which hosts Crisis Wednesdays, Tuned Thursdays, Get Lucky Fridays, and Rebel Thursdays. All of these club nights differ slightly in the music genre, but all of them do still play pop music. Crisis Wednesdays is the Uni of Nottingham student night. When Trent students are going to Ocean Wednesdays, Uni of students are going to Crisis. I've never been because again I'm a Trent student, but from what I've heard it's actually one of the biggest student nights in the UK. It's apparently really hard to get tickets for. Tuned Thursdays is a general student night for Rock City. I personally think it's the best night that Rock City does. Literally plays a bunch of pop throwbacks and even some indie stuff. But Get Lucky Fridays is probably the most pop influenced night that Rock City does host. I'm pretty sure they even do free entry until 12, and Rock City is known for its really good, affordable, cheap drinks. If you know me, you'll know I do love a good Rock City night. I really do think it's up there, one of the best clubs in Nottingham. Next you have the Bodega, which is normally seen as an indie club, but they do host a pop night on Fridays, which I'm pretty sure is called the Pop Confessionals. And lastly for pop, you also have the Trent SU, which hosts several pre-drink events such as First Base and Quids In, and also hosts club nights on Fridays and Saturdays. Saturdays is called Climax and is literally where a lot of Trent students do go on a Saturday. For the next music genre, I'm going to move on specifically to cheesy throwbacks and disco tunes, since again that is quite a popular choice. So for cheesy music you've got, like I said, Pom Pom, Ocean, Rock City on those days that I just suggested. You also have Rescue Rooms, which doesn't do exactly that cheesy music, but it does do some good disco tunes on their Pressure night on a Tuesday. You also have Propaganda, which used to be Nottingham's only LGBTQ plus club, but because of COVID it has since gone into administration. I know personally I'm really gutted that it has closed, considering it used to host amazing nights out where the drinks were dead cheap. I'm pretty sure they were like £1 each, and I'm really hoping Propaganda does reopen. So next we're moving on to indie night. So the most popular indie night to go to is Indie Wednesdays at the Bodega. They also host specific artist nights such as Arctic Monkeys, Oasis, the 925, and play them against each other, so you literally have like a whole night of just like Arctic Monkeys songs. Also when you buy a ticket for the Bodega you'll normally get a free drink along with it, which is a great plus. You also get this at Rock City if I haven't mentioned this already. You also have Rescue Rooms, which do Pressure Tuesdays. Pressure is literally one of my favourite nights in the week. It's also quite a popular night in the week, and they have a photo booth. They sometimes even have like free finger foods such as like little donuts or cupcakes that you can just eat when you're smashed. It's just amazing. I'm pretty sure I have a clip in my freshers vlog where I have one of Rescue Room's free donuts, and let me tell you, I was loving it. And lastly for indie music you have the Bowery, which is kind of also known as the B-Tech Bodega, but which also used to hold indie nights but has since been like rebranded as the Cell and plays like different music now. I'd never been to it when it used to be called the Bowery, but from what I've heard it wasn't like the best place for indie music, which is probably why it rebranded. If you are looking for a solid indie night, I recommend the Bodega and Rescue Rooms. Next music genre is R&B nights. So for R&B in Nottingham, even though they don't have a specific club night throughout the week, every club does consistently play R&B music. So if you were to go into like most clubs, you will find an R&B room. These clubs include Pom Pom, Prism, Rock City and Ink. I can't remember what the exact names are for the rooms for Pom Pom, Prism and Ink, but in Rock City if you go to the Black Cherry Lounge you will find R&B music, especially on Thursday nights. I think for Pom Pom, because there are literally only two rooms, the cheese room and the R&B room, it's just called the R&B room. So for this next bit, the plan is that I am going to group all of these genres into say like a mega genre. So chances are if you like one of these genres you will probably like one of the others. So next you've got rock, punk, metal and alternative nights. I really wanted to make sure I included these because I know personally when I started at Nottingham Trent, apart from obvious contenders such as Rock City, I didn't know what other clubs or bars hosted like rock or like punk nights. Here's to all of you students that like that kind of music but can never find a club for you. So starting off with an obvious one, we've got Rock City. They used to do more rock influenced nights throughout the week, but over the last year they've rebranded and now have a specific night for rock music, which is Rebel Rebel. Also on the Saturday in Rock City's basement they have an event called Alpha Omega, which is rock, emo, pop, punk kind of metal night. So if you like those genres of music, they have those playing in both the main hall and the basement. Next off, you have the Walrus, which is not a place a lot of people know of. I only discovered it in second year. They basically host a popular night called Jump Ship. They also do play some like pop and throwbacks on like special events such as like New Year's and Halloween. If you're a lover of Blink-182 and Fall Out Boy and Bring Me the Horizon, Jump Ship is literally the place for you. Because it's a bar, they also do beer pong for a tenner, which is honestly amazing. It's really an aesthetic bar as well, and it's actually hidden quite like out of the way, so you don't even realise it's there when you're walking past it. It's actually below the Alchemist on King Street. They also do some really cool cocktails, such as the Zombie, which is literally lethal on a night out. Like if you have like a good 4 zombies, you're done for. Like you're literally paralytic. If you want to see the Walrus in action, watch my Nottingham Trent Halloween vlog, where basically I went to the Walrus to celebrate Halloween. In case I didn't mention, Jump Ship is Wednesdays. Next club night is Fleabus, which is hosted by Bar 11. Again, I didn't even realise it existed until recently. But if you go to Jump Ship, chances are you will also probably go to Fleabus. They do very similar music, and Fleabus is hosted on a Tuesday. So last for this like mega category is the Trent SU, which basically hosts nights called, I think it's called Revolt, and it's like every second Friday, I think, or every second Friday of the month or something like that. It's quite a new night out for the Trent SU. I think they only started it last year. If you like going to Jump Ship and Fleabus, you will probably like going to Revolt. So again, for the next music genre, I'm going to group together a bunch of similar genres, because chances are, again, if you like one or two of these genres, you'll probably like most of them. So next is D&B, techno, house, garage, etc. nights out. So first off, literally the most popular place you want to go to if you like D&B or like techno or whatever is Stealth. They do events most nights of the week, but I think the most popular club night is Bubbling Tuesdays. They always have popular DJs there. If you are looking for that kind of night out, Stealth is for you. Stealth can also be kind of seen as a bit of a druggy club. You always get those stories about people sniffing cat off keys and stuff, and bouncers and stuff. It's a bit wild. Yeah, if that's up your street, I recommend going to Stealth. Next club I'd recommend is Inc, which does, I think it's called Therapy Thursdays, which is the general student night out for Inc. Even though it plays R&B, it is normally known for its D&B house music. I think it has like 5 different rooms. Inc also hosts a lot of big DJs. I think recently we had people like Gorgon City. You also have The Cell, which, like I said before, used to be called The Bowery, but since it's been rebranded, it's now called The Cell, and it has an event called Shapes, which is I think on a Tuesday, which hosts, again, like I said, D&B, house, garage. They also do a bit of hip hop if you're interested. Next club is Box. It's very similar to Stealth and also hosts a lot of local DJs. And lastly, you have Trent SU. Trent SU is always playing D&B and like techno music, especially quite early on in the night. They also play D&B during their pre-drink events. So those are all the music genres I can think of that are like possible to have on a night out. Obviously for like less popular music genres such as like reggae and like classical, I don't think they do club nights out. Before we move on to bars, I just want to say NG1 is also a popular club that you want to go to that plays a variety of music. And if you're one of those people that likes to stay out until 6 AM, NG1 is for you. It's normally classed as the late night club that you go to once Rock City or Pom Pom has closed. So yeah, for the next bit we are going to move on to Nottingham's popular bars. I know I said I'm going to try and name every single bar in Nottingham, but I'm sure you guys don't want to be here a while, so because of that we're going to go through this very quickly and I'm going to try and name as many as I can. If I have missed any off, check out my 50 places to see or go in Nottingham video, which I'll link above, which mentions a stack of bars. So first off, for the popular bars, you've got Beer Keller, which is literally perfect if you want to go on an Ocean Wednesday bar crawl. Most Trent students that go to Ocean Wednesday you will see at Beer Keller in their fancy dress. Honestly, even if you don't specifically want to go to Ocean on a Wednesday, I recommend going to at least Beer Keller on a Wednesday just so you can see the madness and just experience it. Like, it's so fun. And they even have, I I think they do karaoke Tuesdays as well at Beer Colour. You also have the whole kind of Beer Colour tradition when you go to stand on the chairs and tables and just dance. Next you have Coco Tang, which is normally a cocktail bar, but on Wednesdays people go for their club nights. Like I said, because it's a cocktail bar, the drinks there are honestly really pretty. Even though they are really nice to look at and are aesthetically pleasing, the drinks can be quite expensive. I think even when they do deals on Wednesdays for the club nights, they are still like, I think it's like 2 for £10 or something like that. Next you also have Cucumara's, which is another bar that's popular for the Ocean Bar Crawl. You also have Cookie Shake, which is a milkshake cafe by day and a bar by night with some really good deals. Pretty sure they do a deal where it's like 5 shots and a VK for like £5. It's honestly really great. And get this, they're not just normal alcoholic shots, they're like flavoured alcoholic shots. And what I mean by that is that they're not like typical alcohol shots that you'd get like Sambuca, tequila, all that stuff. They're like Malteser, green apple, peanut butter shots, like sweet flavoured shots that are alcoholic. So even though it tastes of Maltesers, it will get you drunk as well, which is just like extra fun. Next you have Baba, which also does a variety of amazing flavoured shots similar to Cookie Shake, and it also hosts club nights. Next, if you love a good spoons, we have a Lloyd's No. 1 in Nottingham where you can still go out for a great night out. If you want more of a metal rock vibe, you have Pit and Pendulum, which is like a pub bar place, which is also great for a night out. They also have a jukebox which you can like cue songs for from just like one or £2. Like I said before, if I went into detail about like every single bar in Nottingham, we'd be here a while. So for the next bit, I'm just going to list it. A few of them you might have already heard of. So yeah, other popular bars in Nottingham include the Hockley Arts Club, Mojo's, Kaluna, Riley Sports Bar, the Lace House, Yates, Slug and Lettuce, Revolution, Weatherspoons, which we have about like 4 or 5 of them in the city centre alone, Be At One, Boilermaker, Pepper Rocks, Bunk, Pitcher and Piano, The Walrus, The Alchemist, and Revolution de Cuba. Like I said, there are plenty more, but they're like more low-key kind of cafe bars that aren't as popular. So if you are a student, you want to go to the ones that I've just listed. So there you have it. That is my extreme student guide to everything Nottingham student life related. Thank you guys for watching so much. I really hope this was helpful for you. Hopefully if you've had any questions about Nottingham nightlife, this extreme student guide will have now answered those. If it did, please give this video a massive thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already, just so I know my advice is helping. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I love you all and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!